Okay. Just that last week, the person who did Monday night didn't plug it into the charger. So it kept going on and off and red lights and flashing. And I said, "Oh, where's Andrew? Where's Andrew?" You weren't here. So it's all right now. No, it needs to be recharged overnight, I think. Otherwise, it was doing all these strange things. So don't need to worry about that. Good morning, everybody. Good to be here in this cold weather. And you know that if you're cold, we do have some blankets up the back, some nice warm rugs you can snuggie up in. That's good. It's all cozy. Okay, so welcome to Buddha House, everybody. I'll say that how many? 4 times now I've said that. This is our Tuesday morning class, assuming that you already know something at least, or a lot about meditation. How can I start? It's really about training our mind. The moment is mindfulness, which I don't really like to use because it is so overused and all of that. So I call it developing awareness. Awareness of our mind, how busy it is, how we follow our thoughts all the time, and we think that that's who we are. We identify with these thoughts. We think that, clearly this is me, my thoughts. We're so much more than just the thinking part of our brains. So much more. These incredible human beings, creatures, living beings, very, very active minds. That's the problem quite often. Our minds just seem to run, our thoughts run the show. We're always involved in thinking this, that, dredging up that stuff from the past. We're very seldom in the present. We're very seldom just here now, doing one thing at a time. And this is why learning to meditate is so important for us all, every one of us. Sometimes we think, oh, my mind's worse than other people's. I'm clearly, there's something wrong with me. Everyone else seems to be so calm and stable and quiet, and my mind's going, that's great. When you notice that, when you notice how busy your mind is, it's not like there's anything wrong. In fact, it's wonderful. We're just training our mind to do this one thing at a time, just one thing, which is to watch the breath, just the breath, that's it, just the breath. Everything else can just wait, can happen later or happened before, but bringing ourselves to now, that's it. Now, just what's happening now with that breath, the one we're having, just the one we're having. Not easy at all. And we think that what do we think? We think that our mind must be worse than other people's. We must have more difficulty than other people because we get very critical about ourselves, very critical, very, very sort of judgmental and disappointed and negative and just giving up. So meditation is fabulous for that, showing how critical we are with ourselves, how this criticism of who we think we are, what we should be doing, what we're not doing right, what we're not good at, all this stuff comes up. It's good when you notice that. Notice it. It's fantastic. We're full of doubt. We're full of criticism. We're full of sort of negativity often. Just have to look at the news in the world at the moment. We have to look at what people are doing to each other and the incredible cruelty and stupidity that's going on in the world. And often we despair. I despair. So we despair. When will people wake up? It's easy to get sucked into that as well. Very easy. Get sucked into hopelessness and despair. Sits on the surface quite often. So when that stuff starts coming up when we meditate, But, oh, stuff that goes on in our mind. We notice that. We don't push it away. We don't push away the horrible stuff. We don't push away the negative things. We don't push away the nasty things. We notice them. We just don't get involved, and we choose the breath. It's not easy to do that. We're so sucked into the negativity at the moment with what's happening in the world that it seems somehow selfish to sit here in peace and calm and quiet while the rest of the world is having a terrible time. So notice that as well. Notice that. And just choose the breath. Keep coming back to the breath. Just again and again and again. When this thought stuff starts happening and you're off here or you're down, you're all over the place. Notice it. Don't try and have special holy thoughts or special Buddhist thoughts or special anything thoughts. Just notice that your mind is wandering and choose the breath. Start again with this little smile. We need to lighten up. We need to have gratitude for our lives. We are so incredible. We have such potential. Come in, darling. We have such potential. Okay. Such incredible potential. We really, every one of us. Sometimes we think, oh, it's just the special people in the world, the High Lamas or the lovely new Pope or the leaders of sort of faiths, different faiths. We think how they must be special people, but they're not. They're just people that have worked with their minds and accomplished stuff that we are also capable of. The Buddha, he said this, Shakyamuni Buddha. We all have this potential. We all have Buddha nature. We all have inner wisdom. All of us, every single one of us, everyone, even the worst of the worst people have this potential. The people that behave so badly and are cruel to others and consciously hurt others, they also have this potential. It's hard to acknowledge that sometimes. It's true. So let's do some meditation together. We have 2 sessions as usual and a little break in the middle where you can stand up and stretch or sit there, stay, whatever you like. So, okay, I think I've covered most things. So, listening to the bell, listening to the bell. As you know, the bell marks the beginning. We'll have a middle and we'll have an end of meditation. So that's the beginning. So with your eyes gently closed, not screwed up, just gently closed, why you're here. Okay. What's brought you here today? Including others in your reason for being here today. I apologise for last week where we had no sound, so It's here. It was good. So we include friends and family, people that we love, people we care about, people like us. Approve of. First of all, our family, our friends. Close to, comfortable with, mostly. Our animals, our pets, ones we love and care for, ones that we feed, ones that we take to the vet. Our precious animals. Ones that we know really well. Just people we don't know, people we don't care about, until something happens. Some connection to that stranger. Something fixed. We need something mended. We need someone to sort out our IT for us. We need the garbage man who takes away our rubbish. All the technicians that know how to do things that we haven't got a clue. People that we need, people that grow our food. Supermarkets, in the shops, in stores. So it's so convenient. We just go and buy what we want. No drama about that. Always plenty of food available. Never think about the farmers out there in the mud or in the hot houses, which sometimes are 47 degrees. Someone told me. Lady at the market where I go, she grows capsicums. And she was a refugee many years ago. And I said, whoa, how are you going in this cold weather? And she said, oh, it's great. In the hot houses, it's up to 47 degrees. And I thought, oh my God, winter outside. People like that, we never think about these people. They're the ones that make our lives safe, comfortable, easy, provide things that we need that we're not capable of doing. Strangers. We think of all the animals that we eat, not taking their lives for granted. About where that meat has come from, that fish, that chicken. It was a living creature once. It's that. We don't push away that stuff, the blood and the guts of abattoirs and the people who do that killing on our behalf. It's really important. We take this stuff for granted. Always be there in the supermarket on a neat little white tray covered with plastic. We don't have to think about the blood or the guts or the killing. And we eat meat. So we need to do this consciously. Gratitude for the animal. That's a hard one as well. We do take meat and animals, food for granted. Aware of that. And then all the strangers involved in war. Ones on both sides. not just the ones we like. All so many people now, terror, waiting for the bombs. Even waiting for the machetes. I mean, that war isn't all about bombs coming out of the sky. War is much more than that, of course. And we acknowledge that as well, not just the little bits we see on television. That's one version of war, done remotely from another country. Push a button and boom, we can wipe out that whole village if we like. That stuff. We acknowledge that. Those strangers living in those conditions. We put that away and say, oh, it's too horrible. I can't bear it. Of course we can't bear it. We're human beings. Acknowledge that. Those people are just like us. Terror. So include the people that consciously harm others. That's feeling powerful because they can push the button, they can send the bombs, they can terrorize people or countries. Those political leaders acting in ignorance and stupidity, harming others consciously. May they wake up to their humanity. Hard to. We don't want to include those people. We want to leave them out. We think, no, I don't want anything to do with those people. I don't want to include them. I don't want to think about them. They're the people that cause terror and harm and suffering in the world. Let's just get rid of them. Lovely. Let's just get rid of them. We can't do that. These people exist. Can't just have the nice bits in this life. Bits that make us feel good and happy. No. Human beings. Acknowledge the suffering in the world. And working with our mind changes the way we see the world. Being more active with our friends and family, our community, making a difference to others, finding peace within. We make a decision to use this time to the best of our ability, no matter what's going on in our life at the moment, no matter how dramatic it is or how boring or anything in between, no matter what. We're going to practice meditation together because we can. We can do this. Just checking your posture, straight back, rolling your shoulders back. We're opening our rib cage, or we're allowing our rib cage to open, to breathe, expanding and relaxing, letting that breath go. Breathe in. Let that breath go. Touch the tip of our nose. This is the spot where the breath enters and leaves the body. Every breath, each one, comes past the tip of our nose, goes all the way down to the bottom of our lungs. We feel our chest expand. Let it relax. We feel that relaxing as the breath comes up, going past the tip of the nose and out again in front. And then the next breath starts. So there's this constant movement of air in and out of our body. Nose. At the time, we don't think about our breath at all. It's just there, something that's happens all the time. We don't focus on it. We don't even think about it, unless perhaps we've got a cold or we've got allergy to something and our nose is running, or that's when we notice the breath. That's when we're having trouble with breathing. The rest of the time, take it for granted. Knowing how precious our breath is, how precious, how important it is for our well-being. So important. Focusing on that, just the breath. Do this for a little while, and then we'll have a stretch when I ring the bell again, and then we'll sit for the second half. Tiny smile. Lightening up. Smile that you feel on the inside. Tiny, tiny, invisible smile almost. But it helps us to lighten up. To be really here, not just one foot in the door, but really here, sitting in our body, watching the breath, practicing together, because we can. Maybe touch the tip of your nose to start with. Find that spot. That's it, just the end of your nose. Breath in, breath goes out. Around us. You may be hearing the heater. Sometimes we slip into this, I'm on a plane going somewhere on a holiday, and and then I've got, what did I pack? All these thoughts can come just from hearing the heater. Reminds us of something. So off we go on that road. Like we're on a plane, we're going somewhere. Wow. La la la. Before we know it, we're miles away. Notice that when your mind is wandering and the sounds are reminding us of something and around us. Switched off. Sitting in a vacuum. It's those things that distract us from staying with the breath. So many thoughts. Something from the past, something from the future. But being here, right now, with the breath that you're having, that's it. Coming back to that breath, starting again. It's not a problem, nothing wrong. Our mind is wanting attention, wandering, doesn't like this sort of discipline, no. Mind likes to be in charge, likes to take us wherever it wants. We're so used to following our thoughts that it seems sort of weird not to. Notice that as well and lighten up. It's great when we notice these things about ourselves. Distracted we are. How distractible we are as well. How we love it when someone sneezes or someone coughs. What was that? And instantly our attention will go to that. Just, we are so distractible. Noticing that and choosing the breath, start again. That's it. It's about the choosing. That's what's important. We choose because we can choose. It may seem strange at first, or it may seem strange now after 50 years of meditation. Suddenly we think, oh, I can't do it today. Really good to notice those things. I can't stop thinking about this particular thing, or I really can't sit here, these thoughts are driving me nuts. Notice those things. Wonderful. And choose the breath. Touch the tip of your nose. It's not a problem. Start again with a smile. Not wandering off somewhere else, not wanting to escape. In your body, not floating off somewhere either. Stable and grounded in your body. Picture of the world that we live in, not just people we like. Take a picture. Finding the source of peace that's within. It's our inner wisdom, our Buddha nature. Trying to sort anything out, not trying to change the world, not trying to solve some deep and meaningful question. Just to be here, watching the breath is enough. That's it. Returning to the breath again and again and again. Without the criticism, to develop compassion and kindness for ourselves, first of all. Ourselves. so that we can be a more useful human being in this world. Knowing how important we are to others. Lots of peace within us. It's like it's infectious. People can notice that about ourselves. It's an interesting thing. Consciously being the source of peace for others. Notice this when we practice meditation. People wonder why we're so calm, why we're so peaceful when we shouldn't be. Everything's going mad in the world. How come you can just sit there and meditate? You know, it's so interesting. This criticism all around us all the time. So we develop compassion and kindness for ourselves, first of all. First of all, we're a much more useful human. Knowing that we are so much more than just our thinking, our thoughts. Feeling your chest, feeling your ribs, expanding and relaxing. Body. Stretch, open your eyes, big stretch. And a wriggle. Okay. Okay. Second part. Try not to talk too much in the second part. So just to remind you every so often about the breath. So Times I manage and other times I don't. So I'll do my best not to talk too much. Just sitting together, watching the breath, noticing the thoughts, not pushing them away, but noticing and not getting involved. Trying to do anything, not trying, not being, not being, not frowning with concentration. No, we just let all that go. We choose the breath. Miles away, we notice that, right? Just touch the tip of your nose, remember what you're doing, and start again. No big deal. Just start again. So let's do this now for a little while. Straight back, that's very important, so you can breathe properly all the way down, not just halfway, all the way down to the bottom, taking your time with each breath. Smile. Gratitude that we can do this. Every one of us can do this. Every one of us has a busy mind. Training our mind to do one thing at a time. Without the panic. Just one thing at a time, one breath. Not in the past, not in the future, but now, right now. Breath. Staying in your body, not floating off, grounded and stable. To the breath. It doesn't matter how far away you've gone. Just notice that. Notice how involved you are in some thought. Smile at yourself, kindness and compassion for yourself, and choose the breath. Start again. Lighten up, it's not a problem. Start again. Developing awareness of our poor, busy mind. How difficult it is to stay focused on one thing. Breath. So how do we remember this to practice in the rest of our life? When we need it, when we need to be calm and stable. Before we jump in with our opinion, our anxiety, our judgment of others, how do we learn about how amazing we are with the potential we have? We have confidence in our inner wisdom and the source of peace that's within. It's not out there somewhere else. It's within. Each one of us has the source of peace within. Each one of us has inner wisdom. Each one of us has Buddha nature. How do we remember that? Putting that into practice. Confidence in our Buddha nature. Not just something we do on Tuesday morning or online, but it's something that's real, something we can draw on, something we can remember, something we can put into practice when we need it. So powerful, remembering who we are and our potential. We can choose, we can always choose. In Buddha nature, or just go along with what's happening. We always choose. People don't do it to us. We choose which direction we're going in. How do we remember? Choose. Always. It's up to us. This ability and potential. Choose. We shape the world that we live in. Choose. And then to finish, we offer the benefit of our practice together to others, not just for ourselves. But every relationship we have benefits the practice of meditation. It really does. Offering our peace, offering our blessing, abilities to others. Seeing a bigger picture of the world that we live in. Kindness and compassion, first of all, for ourselves. See others differently. Bigger picture. May all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. May all beings be free from suffering and the cause. All beings never be separated from the happiness that knows no suffering. And may all beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment and anger that holds some close and others distant. dedicate the merit created by myself and others to the great enlightenment. And may the precious Buddha nature, not yet born, arise and grow. May it decline, but increase forevermore. May I be the source of peace for others. May it start with me. Okay, now taking your time. No hurry. Being around. Okay, thank you. That was lovely. Getting quite dark in here. Maybe there were big clouds out there. No, I did a little thing at home. Just made a cake for him. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. You're so good.